This is Brunch, Blaze, and Battle,
where we eat, elevate, and talk about
media trends from the past,
the present,
and the future
from a Black perspective.
I'm your host, Roger Turner.
And I'm your host, Alexis Bertrand.
So sit back,
spark up,
and let's get into it. Hey, Alexis.
Hey, Roger, baby. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Baby, I am good. I am high and fancy free, baby. I am already at like an 8.5.
Okay, 8.5.
Okay, I'm already up here chilling in the stratosphere.
Ooh, I am coasting at an 8.75.
Yes, baby, I see you up in these cumulus clouds.
Ooh, you know how I am about being in the clouds and pushing buttons.
I know, but I got you. We got you. We'll figure it out. This could be a great episode.
We literally are re-recording this episode because I forgot to push the record button last time.
That was hilarious. Baby, y'all, we had gotten through most of the episode. It was so good. We're like, wait a minute. We hit record.
We sure did. We sure did. I was like, we got to take a break. Oh, no, we recorded. How was your
I'm
brunch?
still weak. My brunch is great. My brunch is great. So it's falling. Fall is falling. Autumn, that word, falling. So we've been getting into stews and soups. So this one was like this beef brisket kind of soup with the carrots and the potatoes and like the string beans and a little bit of bean in it. Like it was just so great. It was so tasty.
Did you cook it?
No, I didn't cook it. I don't cook those stews. That's not my blessing.
Well, when you was eating it, was you in like the Southern Hood or something when you?
It was because
it made you talk like this.
Yeah, because then what we did was because you had to have a little a bread with it, right? So you got those Pillsbury biscuits, and then you was like dipping the biscuit in the stew.
Okay, Pillsbury in the stew.
Pillsbury biscuits in
the
stew.
Silly.
I told you I was up there. What did you do for brunch, boy?
I haven't had these in maybe like 3-4 weeks, but I had to get my pancake fix.
I was about to say I did the pancakes.
Oh, pancakes.
Oh, okay. What? How are they? What flavor were they? Were they just regular? Like
I just do I'm
classic.
I'm a purist when it comes to my pancakes.
Seriously.
Honey. Yeah, don't put a bunch of junk in it.
The apples and the strawberries and shit. Don't be mixing it. Put it in my mix.
I mean, you could give me apple compote on top.
That's true. Yes.
Top,
but don't
be putting it in my pancake.
What are we doing?
Don't do that.
The blasphemous.
And I don't like. People love a chocolate chip, and I just don't like little dark things in my food because.
Not little dark things in your food.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know what the hell you talking.
Because if you went to the wrong person's house, that little dark thing.
Wait a minute.
Might be a roach.
No. Wait a minute, we jumped so far.
Hood, when you got cousins that live in the hood,
okay,
live in the projects,
true.
sometimes those raisins wasn't always raisins in that cereal. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to eat.
Why these Frosted Flakes got raisins in it? Don't say no raisins on the box.
And you were like, you know what? I'm not hungry.
I'm so done. I'm so finished. Okay, so today.
You know what, Auntie T? I'm not hungry. I'm going to just wait till I get home. Go ahead.
He's starving. Stomach just be grumbling. I can't. What's wrong? Okay. So, y'all, today's episode, Roger and I love us some music. And so, not that long ago, we were honoring the 50 years of hip-hop. And we both recently watched, I believe, a beautiful documentary that I think Roger's going to talk about later that inspired today's cast. And so, this one, in thinking about hip-hop and how much we have loved and wrestled with certain parts of hip-hop being, I guess, one of the newest genres, or at least a genre of music that we really got to grow up with into adulthood. And we wanted to give some women in hip-hop the flowers that they deserve because I think I speak for both of us when I say, like, we firmly believe hip-hop would not be what it is without some of the legendary, iconic, impactful moments that women have brought to the culture, both behind the scenes, but in front of the cameras as well. And we want to honor some of our favorite artists, female artists, from the past, the present, and the future in hip hop because we love the genre and they have brought so much and they bring so much to the art form.
Yeah. I really love that. I'm so excited about women in hip hop. Right
it's gonna be so dope. We're gonna have a good
time. Well, I think it's time to pull back that motherfucking curtain. Yeah, I think it's that time. So I just want to ask a couple of questions here.
Okay.
So as I did the research and we were watching Ladies First, the Netflix documentary, docu-series. So if you get a chance, watch it. It'll blow your mind.
It really will.
Really I also watched Megan Thee Stallion in her own words. That documentary. Have you seen it?
Yes. That just...
Girl.
You just...
It not only gave me another respect for Megan Thee Stallion, a new respect for Megan Thee Stallion, but also reminded me of why I'm angry with, what's his name that has the little talk show? What's his little fake little race?
Charlemagne? Not Charlemagne.
Not Charlemagne. He used to be a rapper. Joe Budden. Joe Budden.
Her.
He made me a little mad.
I said what I
all
said
these
too.
People that were like on the Tory Lanez bandwagon for no reason.
Yep.
But anyway, so as I pulled back the curtain, I was looking at all these different research, and I was looking at the website, and I found like some gems that like I think I knew, but I didn't know. So let's start with like a little Q&A. I'm going to give you some questions.
I'm ready. I can do this.
So, in the light of everyone's listened to "They Not Like Us," the revenge, the diss track of diss tracks.
Yes, seriously.
Can you tell me the first rap diss track ever?
First rap diss track?
First of all, let's start with the year. Do you know what year the first rap diss track ever was ever?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say like 83.
You're close. 1984.
Ooh,
you're very, very close.
Ooh, who was it though?
So the very first diss track is Roxanne's Revenge by Roxanne Shante.
Roxanne's Revenge was the first one.
So UTFO came out with a song called Roxanne.
That's right.
And UTFO talks about how, Roxanne, it's about this girl that didn't want to give him any play, like diss them. And so it's a dish, they completely talk about this girl that they couldn't get to. So Roxanne Shante records a song called Roxanne's Revenge, which is a response to UTFO's Roxanne, and she completely obliterates them. She was like, what, 15?
Like seriously.
She was like 13, 15. Like she was a little girl and was rocking it, and it became an instant hit.
Wow,
so
I didn't know that.
So we always I don't understand why men rule hip hop when all of these major things that we love about hip hop were founded by women.
That is crazy. That is so good to know. First diss track.
The first solo hip hop album recorded by a woman. Do you know who that is?
First solo hip hop album recorded by a woman. Okay.
It's 1988.
1988.
First hip hop solo female album.
It wasn't Queen.
Same not Queen, but same same era.
Not Queen. Not MC Light.
Light as a Rock.
Was it really?
Is the first.
Whoa, I didn't know she was the first.
Yep, that's right. She didn't know when she came out. So she came out, she was like, really? I'm the first album? Really? Yeah. Light as a Rock is the first female solo album.
That's amazing.
So there's all of these hip hop artists and female hip hop artists. We always talk about like their perception of them is usually, they used to be strippers or which there's nothing wrong with sex work. Strippers, sex work, whatever. Black women out here always trying to carve a way to like make a way. So if men can be drug dealers and then come and become
like big
artists and become big artists, why can't women come off the pole and become big artists?
Exactly.
I don't care.
Didn't make no sense.
And most of them sound better than y'all anyway.
Hello.
But one major female hip hop artist figure has a degree in engineering. She went to engineering school, got her degree first before she became a hip hop artist.
What? Okay, so a female hip hop artist that has an engineering degree
and was like, "This ain't for me. I think I'm gonna do rap music."
What? I am completely
it's Raw Digga.
You are fucking lying to me.
Yup.
Raw Digger got a whole engineering degree.
Hood ass Raw Digger.
Raw Digger got a whole engineering degree. Let's go.
Whole ass engineering degree.
Go, Mama, I had no idea. That is amazing. That is brilliant, actually. I love that part. Huh.
So, we move into 1996, which is carved as the new movement of female rappers, where female rappers were now owning their sexuality. We're moving, even though we still respect the Salt and Peppers and the Queen Latifah, all this, but these two rappers in particular are really bringing female sexuality forward in their music. 1996. Who are these two rappers? You know them.
Oh, Kim and Fox.
Yes.
Like without a doubt.
Yes. Little Kim and Foxy Brown are considered the pioneers of the new era
Absolutely.
of female rappers bringing forward sexuality. And a little thing that I didn't realize, like the thing that like made it kind of weird for me, because Foxy Brown, her debut album, the title of her album is a euphemism for her body, for
coochie,
for her women part.
Yes, coochie. We can't say coochie on here.
I was like, Il Nana came out in 1996, and Homegirl only turned 18 2 months before the album came
Let's
out.
go.
And I was like, wait, hold on.
No.
We were skating real close.
We were
This was
who got
close.
the illest on the planet?
I was like,
Sugar Walls coming down, can't stand it. Yeah, I remember that. The Il Nana.
girl, you were 17 in the booth talking about your Il Nana.
Yeah. We in the club talking about Il Nana.
And I was like, wait a minute. So
It's crazy.
There's only two, well, let me see, 1, 2, 3 black women have won Album of the Year for the Grammys. Only 3. 2 of them were R&B artists, Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston, who the last woman is also considered a hip-hop artist, and she's the last black woman to receive Album of the Year. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's Lauren.
That's Lauren.
Yeah,
it is Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is the last woman to have last black woman to have received Album of the Year, which y'all are trash.
Right. So you can see why y'all
1999.
26 years ago.
A black woman has not won Grammy's Album of the Year since 1999.
Ooh, and we got a Grammys episode coming for y'all. So y'all just, because we got thoughts. So I just remember what Roger just shared right now about this little tidbit around Lauryn Hill. We gonna come back to this. I promise we're gonna revisit that one.
It is one of the hugest,
the Method Man and Mary J. Blige joint
is one of the hugest rap ballads, because it gave Bad Boy its first Grammy.
Oh, now that's interesting. I did not know that song gave Bad Boy Records its first Grammy.
And like young female exec Drew Dixon was
the mastermind behind putting it together.
Not Bad Boy, Def Jam. I'm sorry. Gave Def Jam its first Grammy.
Right.
And she was at Def Jam, and while she was doing and writing all the credits, she got Method Man's solo album, and she was like writing the credits, but she said she needed to listen to all the things before she wrote all the credits. It was her job to type up all the credits for everything. And so she was listening to the album, and she heard I'll Be There For You as an interlude. It wasn't even a song. It was just an interlude, him rapping the interlude. And she was like, yo, this is the first time I've ever heard like a rapper to this caliber, like expressing love for a black woman. Like this is clearly about a black woman. She was like, she goes to Russell and was like, this needs to be a song. And he was like, if you want to make it happen, make it happen. And so she gets Mary. She goes to Puff, gets Puff to get Mary to do it. They get in the booth, it's mixed exactly the way she wants to do it, and Drew Dixon's never credited on the song. Because she didn't write the credits. She wasn't even given an A&R credit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's completely her idea.
Wow. Okay. So it is ever important that we uplift our wonderful, beautiful female movers and shakers in the hip hop industry because damn, right?
They were pioneers in the art form, and we have to stop ignoring how powerful and how amazing, hip hop, Black women are in hip hop. Like this. We've had some incredible artists come through. Absolutely. So we wanted to give you a past, a present, and future favorite artists in women in hip hop for each of us. Do you want to start with present, past?
No, I would like to end with future.
You want to end with future?
Yeah, because I think you brought us some really good anecdotes. I would like to start with my past figure, and then we can just jump there.
Go for it.
Jump in there. Okay, so. Oh my God! Thank you for that pull back the curtain. There were some great highlights. My mind is spinning, y'all. I'm just grateful. Thank you. Okay, so from my past icon, we know her, we love her. I'm gonna have to pull in Queen Latifah. I have to pull this in not because, for those of you who know her exhaustive, amazing career, I want to bring in where it started for her. Right. So here she is representing Black excellence. Really, her lyricism was from a Jersey girl I would say her form of hip hop was very much storytelling. She was very much a storyteller. She was very much hard. She wasn't your quintessential I'm pretty and I'm demure. She was like, no, I can be just as militant. I can just be just as powerful, really running with that theme of queen and like I'm first, women are first, very empowering. And I love that her music even then crossed genre boundaries. So even though during this time, this is like late 80s, you hear a lot of bombastic, hard East Coast beats are happening. She's playing with dance music. She's playing with electronica. She's playing with jazz. Even by the time she got to her second sophomore album, which wasn't that far behind, where she gave us UNITY, I think her biggest hit, she then turns around and for people who if you listen, she had another song on there called Just Another Day, where she's singing. It's one of the first times you hear her like really, really singing. Even though she was doing like all of her backgrounds and stuff and hooks and stuff, she was technically doing stacking, for those of you who are familiar with vocal recording, before it was a big thing. You might hear a hip hop artist like do an overdub where it sounds like their voice is doubled. She's doing vocals and harmonies and all of this stuff. Like she was doing this long before she even got to like the musical stage to do Chicago or any of these other things in here.
And I think it's important that she's in the era, the beginning of hip hop, when hip hop and rap music is being criticized as not being real music.
Right.
And that this is just like people that want to have a music career but aren't talented enough to sing. And she completely breaks that mold.
Yeah. She's just an exceptional artist. And I think people, because she's also had these big moments in other places, like I just got to give Queen Latifah her props. I just remember her being just as hard and as edgy, if you will, as some of her male counterparts, but also dynamic and very versatile in other ways that she did her hip-hop music. So Queen Latifah is my icon for the past.
I really like that one. I really love her story.
Shout out to Dana Owens.
Right. Come on, Dana. And
what about you? Where are we going to in the past?
My pick from the past, I want to go to the original, the first female MC on the scene in 1977, MC Shot Rock.
Come on! You take us all the way to the beginning.
I'm old enough to remember like my older cousins playing like MC Shot Rock like tracks, like how like hard she was and how like unique her sound was and everything that you were hearing. She was like, before rap music was like a thing, this was what she was doing. She was performing. And so you saw one of the things that in the documentary that DMC from Run DMC talks about, that when they were recording their album, one of the things he said he needed to have was that echo chamber sound, that what you just talk about, like the overdub, like the background stacking, and the stacking, hearing the repeating of the words in the background. The pioneer, the person that created that sound was MC Shot Rock.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
He literally attributes to hearing MC Shyrock, and he was like, "Yo, I got to get that Shyrock echo chamber when I do my verse.
Wow.
I need that echo chamber," and it just became a staple in rap music.
Wow. That's like a blueprint. That's like beyond iconic. That's insane. Shout out. That's a great icon.
Right.
Thank you for giving Shyrock her flowers.
Yeah.
She deserves that. All right, friends. So we're going to skip it on up to the present. And I think just to make it so that we understand the difference, right? So Future is somebody who's really like they're up and coming, they're growing, they might not have hit their peak yet. And even though we're talking about the people we're going to present in the present, it doesn't mean that they're hit their peak yet, but they have definitely had some impact, made some impactful waves in hip hop music currently. And so I got to go with, I hope you have a different one, but
for your present.
For my present, I got to go with Megan.
Okay.
We got to go with the Stallion here. And I say this because I think she has just come a long way since like WAP and like some of these other hits that people are like, okay, these are cute, these are club bangers, and WAP was first of all an insane song. Like it just really shifted. It was a culture shift in that one.
Absolutely.
And so people would think like, okay, she's gonna be like this one hit wonder. She's under contract now. She's going independent. But I think she just continues to show her versatility as an artist. I think she has really helped. I don't think she's the first hip-hop artist to bring hip-hop global. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is I feel like I can see her movement in her sound, in her presentation, in her delivery, in her features, how it is getting more hip-hop global. And she's unapologetic about that. It is very much a Houston sound. It is very much Southern hip-hop. It is very much that style that got, I would say, eclipsed for a long time because East Coast, obviously where hip hop originated, got big. And then it became about that West Coast, that East Coast, West Coast vibe. And then there was this huge era of Southern rap, but I would still argue that Southern rap was still largely left to that Southeast region. And so more central Southern United States kind of sound was left out of it. And Megan was like, we're not having that shit. And I think she's made herself into this global icon where, dare I say, she's made hip hop feel a little bit more inclusive. And it's really good, catchy music. I love what she's doing now. I love that she's an anime girl. I love that she's a big old nerd. And that has found its way into her lyrics, into her delivery. Like, she really is, I think, and because she's doing all these other things, like with endorsements, and like she has her own cognac line, like she's really thinking about how to make herself into this global iconic figure in hip hop. And it's just real hot girl shit for me. I live for all of it.
Okay, real hot girl shit.
It really is. I live for Megan.
I'm
such a hottie.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were a hottie.
I am, though.
Megan. So I didn't want to like name the big names that are coming out. I want to give y'all somebody that you maybe, well, I get, it's hard to not have heard of her. She's done plenty of stuff. But for my present, I'm going to go with Tierra Whack.
What? You're throwing out Tierra Whack? Well, wait a minute now.
I love me some Tierra Whack. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like she is so underrated. People are sleeping on this Tierra.
Sleep on Tierra Whack.
This is so good.
Her sound is so unique, and how she like weaves these metaphors in like a single sentence. Like she's such a great lyricist.
She really is. Why the hell is she bigger than what I think? She should be bigger than I think. She is. She's got a lot of competition, don't get me wrong. But damn, like, I need to go back and like,
I feel like
bring her back up.
I feel like we just don't pay attention to the landscape of Black female rap artists to begin with. I would think we put too much attention on these men. Like, I think
we're changing. I hear you, and I think, to your point, I think we're going to see it. I think we are seeing a shift.
I hope
particularly,
so.
I think we might touch on that a little bit when we get to the future one, because I think you're absolutely right. And if I had to ask, or if somebody asked me, who do you think is carrying the genre right now, I would say women are carrying hip hop. Period. Right now, like it's undeniable. I am not saying we don't have big hits like Kendrick's, but
besides Kendrick, I don't know what these boys is talking about.
Thank you. They sleep.
I like a little NLE Choppa. Like he's bringing me a little something.
But like who? But you know what I mean?
But besides him,
Who?
like I don't.
It's the women that are killing it,
They're coming out like hard with like new stuff all the time.
Yes.
But who's your future? Who you got?
Future. Okay, Future, and I'm so excited that this pick. She got nominated, and it's like causing people to be like, I had no idea she was who she was, and I'm gonna go with Doechii.
Come on, Doechii.
I
like Doechii.
I have enjoyed Doechii so much ever since What It Is, Ho, What's Up, and then I picked her up again when I know she did a song with Janelle Monáe. She did Phenomenal on Janelle's Art of Pleasure album, which is so good. And there was an interview where Kendrick was talking about Doechii, and he was like, listen, y'all ain't ready. Y'all need to pay attention to this one right here because she's different. And in terms of lyricism, so she's nominated for Hip Hop Album of the Year, which I think is insanity because this album is great. And her single, Nissan Altima, it's a perfect throwback to like the Slick Rick era.
Not a Nissan Altima. Oh my God.
That's the name of the song. But you get the throwback, right?
I get the throwback because we all had that boyfriend with a Nissan
Yes, you see what I'm
Altima.
saying? Yes, and it's exactly how the song goes. And it's like you would think like Slick Rick or Eric or Rakim like inhabited her body. She's telling the story of this whole interaction, but she's doing it. You would think De La Soul is about to show up in this track, and it just shows her versatility because she could talk about like I'm in the club and I'm dropping like it's hot, or I'm walking the block, or imagine like I just took a puff and I'm sitting in the back and like here's Tribe Called Quest coming out and we doing a track together. She is amazing, and I think she is a threat because her versatility, like. I almost would think if there was a rap beef, I would not want to deal with her.
Okay.
Because I think her delivery could be scathing and scorching. I think Doechii is about to blow up in ways that we're not ready for. And I think only artists who are in the know really get her. Doechii is my future pick. I see it coming. I really, really like this artist.
I like that. Okay.
Who you got?
So I was like drifting back and forth because I was like wondering who you're going to pick because I know you was like, I was like going to do a Glorilla, but everybody knows Glorilla.
I know. I do love me some Glow.
Like Glorilla is less future and more of the present because she is like
everywhere.
Banging right now.
Shout out to the Glorilla fans out there. We got to give Glow a little bit of props.
Because I wanted to dig deep into my playlist and go back and try to find somebody from the archives. But she doesn't get enough credit, and I don't think people really know who she is. I think a lot of people sleep on her. But Lady London.
Help me out, Holy Ghost.
Okay, so I can't. She's got one of my favorite tracks from her is the track called Pop Your Shit. And she has these, first of all, her sound is like girls that you know, like hood girls that you know, talking about their man and but, not down for like the bullshit.
Okay.
Like the men bullshit that they go through. And she can sing. Oh. She has this amazing flow. She paints these pictures with using language that you would hear from girls in the hood, but still layered in a very complex way.
Oh, is she American artist?
Yeah. Yep, she's an American artist.
Oh.
I don't know why she calls herself Lady London, but
maybe that's her first name. But Lady London. So you think we should be looking out for Miss Lady London?
Check out some Lady London. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Oh my God! Well, thank you. Well, y'all, I think that about does it for us for this one.
I think that's it.
That's it for this one. So listen, y'all. When this episode drops, don't forget in the comments. Let's drop in the comments who your favorite hip hop lady in hip hop artists are. We would love to hear your picks and sharing the vibe.
Yeah, make sure you check us out on Instagram and on TikTok. You can find, you're probably listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Thank you so much for doing that.
All podcast platforms. So while you're listening to us, I want to give us a congratulations because we have surpassed 500 downloads.
Are we really? Oh my God.
So
I'm twerking y'all in the studio. You don't know I'm
if
twerking.
you want the podcast to do better, make sure that you share the podcast. You in a car ride, you carpooling, trap them in the car and play the.
Come on, we play a little episode. Play an epi for them real quick.
And make sure you like, make sure you follow.
Please do. We love
you. Make sure you share. Okay. What do you want to leave them with?
I want to leave them with keep listening to music, keep being dynamic, and be good at it, y'all.
And I want you to know that you are enough just as you are.
You really are.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you, boo.